Switch. There we go.
Hello, travelers, and welcome to Tales from the Catacombs. This evening we will be doing a one-shot of my own creation called Mirror of Shadows. Next week we will be getting back to Razia's Shadow. I don't think... Do we have anything else that we need to announce? We did our giveaways and everything.
Yeah, we're caught up on the giveaway front. We're, I
How
think,
many
8.
subscribers do we have?
I think that we are 18 away from the next giveaway, because the next one's at 200. Yeah, we're at
Nice.
18 away.
Nice. So we're doing pretty good. So, subscribe, like, do all those fun things.
Oh, I think additionally, when we do hit that, Catherine's going to start preparing a special one-shot celebration too.
Ah, good. That'll be exciting. Catherine is an exceptional DM. Alrighty. Well, if there's nothing else to announce, then we will go ahead and jump into Mirror of Shadows. The three of you wake up in the Deep Waters Inn. You each have your own room that you are staying in. You all feel only slightly hungover after the revelry of the night before. You just came off of a successful adventuring mission. You managed to, working together, slay a young chromatic dragon that was terrorizing one of the local villages. The details are a little fuzzy about like how it happened and what all you did on your night of revelry. And you're blaming that hangover for that. You all just passed out in your beds with your armor and boots and everything still on. So you wake up quite sore, but you, nevertheless, each of you come to consciousness inside your room. Let us go around and describe who these characters are and what you each look like. I'm just going to go down the list that Discord put you in, which I think is alphabetical. David, who do we see?
So I'm reminding myself on who we see here. All right, so I'm playing a young man named Jasper. He's got, I think, he's over 6 foot tall. He's relatively tall, and he's got a little bit of beard going on. He has black facial hair and sideburns, but then at the top he's kind of got like, it was described as a Viking knot, but anyway, so he's got pulled back hair with strands of white going through it along with his black hair. He's in pretty much clothing. He doesn't have like super heavy armor or anything like that. He just has some light armor as a bard going around. He's got a weird looking doll strapped to his side that looks like it's hanging kind of like from a noose next to him as he goes around, as one does. And yeah, a little pack of cards too. And he's got 2 different colored eyes. He's got a red eye on one end and kind of like a voidish eye on the other end. And yeah, he doesn't look very, like, he's very straggly, if that makes sense. He's very he doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones. And yeah, that's him.
What's his race and subclass?
So his race is a hex blood, but he would have been human. So he looks mostly human, but kind of like a bit sickly, kind of, maybe. I don't know. He looks unfit because of that hex blood. And then the other thing, what was the second question?
Subclass.
Subclass is Bard of Spirits. So he converses with little spirits every now and then.
As one does.
As one does.
Alrighty, you, Jasper, wake up in your room at the Deep Waters Inn. You have a cot in your room. There's a wash basin and a mirror. There's a window. You can hear the wind raging outside your window. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, we're starting strong. Perception. That's a 10.
Hell yeah.
You can just
Oh wait, I have
catch
guidance. Can I give myself a touch of guidance?
I'll allow it. Whatever.
I got a 1, so 11.
Excellent. In that case, there's no difference in what I'm gonna say. You can just make out the scent of bacon cooking downstairs, and there's also this strange, like, the sensation you get if you are at sea or if you're like on the beach of the ocean, where you can kind of taste the salt on the air from the salt water. There's something like that, but you're not sure if that's like, if you're just imagining that. Maybe it's because you're smelling the bacon and bacon is salty. You're not really sure. Moving on to our next party member. Casper.
Yes. So, OBS31 is, I guess he comes out of stasis on account of being a Warforged. He looks odd. He's a sort of traditional Warforged in the sense that he's this lanky figure of like lacquered wood with metal plates, very lightly armored. But chunks of it are kind of blown away, especially notably on the skull, and the clockwork innards are visible, and they aren't moving. He looks like he should be defunct or destroyed, but he's just going about anyway. He's moving with I would say probably an odd grace that doesn't quite fit what you would expect from robotic movements, because his patron is undead. And he is too, a little bit. And he starts his morning, as he always does, by kind of sitting in a lotus position and consulting the spirits of the dead, because he is also a Whispers rogue. Or, what's...
Phantom.
Phantom
yeah.
rogue, excuse me. Yep, so just... And good morning to you. How did you die? Lovely.
Amazing.
Yep. I'm gonna cast False Life on myself.
Duly noted. OBS31 comes to his state of consciousness in a nearly identical room to the others. You've got your cot, you've got your wash basin in the mirror, you've got your window. You can also hear the wind raging outside. Go ahead and make a perception check for me to see what else.
Got it.
Should have tried to get like a discount and just put him in like a closet. He doesn't need a bed.
I don't. But I think that's very rude of you. I'm also going to guide myself since that's the happening thing. 10 takes me to a 14.
Alrighty. You too can smell the bacon cooking downstairs, but what catches your attention over all of that is this strange ringing sound, as if someone is ringing a handbell. But you can't discern where it's coming from. You can't be like, oh, that's coming from outside, I should look out the window. You might move towards the window and then it sounds like maybe it's actually coming from the hall, so you move towards the door and it's just sourceless. It's just all around.
Interesting. Big fan of that. Well, might as well cause a problem early. I'm gonna try and cast Find Familiar as a ritual.
Alrighty, excellent. Go ahead and Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier as you attempt to conjure this.
Oh boy, I put the minimum amount I was allowed to in charisma. No, that's an 8.
All right. You attempt to summon. What are you attempting to summon? What is your familiar supposed to look like?
My familiar is a burrowing owl. It's like that big.
Nice. The spell goes into effect. You summon this small little burrowing owl. It arrives perched on your shoulder, but you look at it, and it is a skeleton of an owl, and a misshapen one at that. And you will take 3 points of psychic damage.
Of psychic or sanity damage?
Psychic.
All right.
Good thing you
Well,
cast what's its face, the
false life.
false life. Yeah.
It's a strangely intense headache that you get from attempting to cast this spell, which you have done many times before, and it didn't even come out the way that it normally would have.
What you have done? Sorry, I lost you for a second. Say again.
That was it. Just it. You have this headache that's lingering, and your familiar did not turn out the way that it normally would have. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
He really wanted that familiar.
Technical.
He rage quits.
I can't have my familiar. Fine. Let's move on.
Apologies.
No worries.
I fully lost whatever you said, so I hope it wasn't that important.
No, you're good. I was only saying that you have this lingering headache, and your familiar didn't even turn out the way that it normally would have. So that's something to ponder as we move on to our last but certainly not least. Bob, tell us about your character.
Lieutenant Matthias is about average height, dark hair. He's got a large mustache. He's a bit less shoveled than he normally would be, so he's got a little bit of the 5 o'clock shadow creeping on underneath, but otherwise, well-groomed mustache. He's presently straightening out his shirt that he slept in, trying to make it look presentable. He is a Battlemaster fighter, and he is a little put out that he had a bit too many last night.
And he is a human, correct?
Human.
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Coming to consciousness, realizing that you definitely let yourself go a bit more than you normally would have last night. You, like the others, find yourselves in the nearly identical room in the Deepwater's Inn. You as well hear the wind raging outside your window, and you as well, I need a perception check from.
That's a 9.
Excellent. There's bacon cooking downstairs.
We are not a very perceptive group.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
It'll be fine. This is good.
Nothing like some bacon to make you feel better after too many drinks the night before.
Question is, are there going to be bacon roses when we get down
there?
Fine. Yeah, he'll get himself dressed and start working his way down.
Alrighty. All of you convene in the hall, head downstairs for breakfast. As you step out into the hall, there are only 5 rooms on this hallway. There are 2 on either side and then 1 room at the end. The 3 of you have rooms 1, 2, and 3. You all exit your rooms. You head down the stairs into the main common area of the inn. You see there are. It is a large open room with round tables. You're in the back of the room, coming down the staircase that leads to the upper floor. To your right, there is a bar, and behind it, a kitchen. At the bar, you see there is an individual. The barkeep, he seems to be just cleaning some glasses. He cleans one off. You see him blow on it a bit, scrub it some more. He sets it down in this beautiful cabinet with rows of fancy glassware. One of those fancy cabinets that's got like the mirror in the back, and you can see all the reflections from the glass inside. It's very nice looking. Probably one of the nicest looking things in here. You see throughout the room round tables. All of them seem to be now empty, as an older individual seems to have just, as you were coming down, bolted up out of the chair that he was in at one of the tables. And as you all exit down into the common room, he zips past you all. Before you even have time to like get a read on him, he's up the stairs, and you hear a door slam to his room. There's like a split-second pause of silence, and then you hear the crash of the chair that he had bolted out of as one of the dining room chairs falls over.
Slaktesomen.
I know
What?
we're in sort of bad shape, but I didn't think we looked that bad.
Maybe how to use the bathroom.
Maybe.
Upstairs.
Of course.
I mean, you can put a pot anywhere to use the bathroom, and you just gotta dump it out.
This is a human problem I can't relate to. Say, you two, does my owl look dead to you?
I mean, it looks good to me.
Ja, ist gestimmt.
Does it still work? Just gonna poke it.
Still work.
You poke it, and it snaps its beak at you.
Aw. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
I've never.
Slaktesomen.
I get results with the dead or the living alike. That's not. I was more questioning if I was having an optical malfunction.
Yeah, like you've improved. Look at this thing.
Yes, I guess I've become a sort of involuntary necromancer. Huh.
Slaktesomen.
Not disputing that. Second question. Neither of you heard a sort of odd ringing noise, or is that just the alcohol?
I heard rain.
Nein, I have not heard any ringing. Just the wind.
Alright. Well, I imagine you two want to get to bacon.
Ja, bitte.
You want us to sneak you some bacon? We could like throw it inside one of your side, like whatever you had there. We could try it.
I'm sitting at the bar.
He's done. You have a seat at the bar. Barkeep comes over to you. Well, good morning. It seems you all had quite a night last night.
A bit more than I would have liked. I could do something in my belly.
I'll get you some right quick for sure.
Dankeschön.
Were we forgive the stupid question, were we partying here all night, or is it sort of a crawl situation? I'm having difficulties.
What is a crawl situation? Is that what you called it?
A bar crawl.
Bravo,
Not-
Scrum.
Oh. I mean, I'm
The
up for
Zemnians
that.
got it.
Are we doing that now?
No.
Maybe we
Right.
do bacon first.
Wait, so you can drink, but you can't eat? Obs.
I didn't think I could drink either. That's another. I'm actually
We should test
quite.
and see if you could eat.
I think. Why don't we start by you two testing the bacon, and I'll watch.
Hmm.
The barkeep comes back. He's human himself. He's got dark brown eyes, very simple clothing. Stands around 5'8" or so. He comes over, puts down a large plate just filled with bacon for the group of y'all. Puts it down in front of you. I should do the trick, I think.
Bitte schön, mein Freund. I'm gonna grab a piece of bacon. Start eating.
Jasper's gonna mimic Obs a little bit and just watch him eat. Just kind of very wide-eyed watching him. I want to see what happens.
I'll grab a little piece and feed it to Noel.
Eat it.
Ural snaps it up, and you watch it as it goes in his mouth and goes down his rib cage and just drops onto your shoulder.
Oh, there you go. I think that's a good analogy for what'll happen if I eat it.
I mean, if we're being honest, that's what happens when anybody eats it.
But usually
Just takes
it's
a
not
little
so
longer.
quick.
No, it takes a little while. And kleine Zeit.
Oh. Well, I couldn't help but feel like we had. Do we have a sense of? I guess we can hang around here. Either you have anything pressing to get to?
What time of the day is it actually, or is it just raining and dark?
It's not too dark actually. It's just very windy outside, based on how much you can hear it. And you'd imagine it to be probably mid-morning by the time you woke up.
Well, we could stay here, or we can let the wind guide us. See where it wants us to go.
Nine. If anything, I
Is
need
that
to
a
get back
yes, Matthias? Sometimes you just say some weird things under your mouth.
I was
Brad.
speaking common. I said no.
Hmm.
If anything, I need to get back to town and report into the captain.
Okay,
Say,
so are we
about
doing that?
Do any of us remember which town we're in?
Everyone make a intelligence check.
Is it intelligence or like her story?
Just intelligence.
Guidance. That's gonna be a dirty 20 for me with guidance.
That'll be a 14.
That's an 8.
Alrighty. You.
Oh wait, no, it's a 10. I didn't add my intelligence modifier. I'm sorry.
Alrighty. That is sufficient. All of you think about it and realize that none of you know what the name of this town is. And that does strike you as a little bit odd. That you know the name of the inn, but you don't have the ability to recall anything about the town.
Can you remind me what the name of the inn is? Because I may have missed that.
Deepwater's Inn.
Deep Waters. Okay, sweet.
Ich habe keine Idee. I don't know.
You don't know what the town name is?
I no.
I see. Well, I usually just like move about town to town. I don't really care what the name is. So this feels fine to me.
I'm normally with Jasper insofar as I don't pay much attention to one carriage towns, but none of us know.
Maybe it's a ghost town.
Well, that would be promising in terms of work for adventurers, I hope. I'll just kind of turn on my heel. Bartender, forgive the hangovers. What's the name of this town?
You must have been drinking an awful lot if you can't even remember the name of the town. He gives
Apparently so.
He gives a hearty chuckle as he walks back into the kitchen without answering your question.
Schlachtesomen.
Well, should we go?
You say that about everything.
Sir, can we have the name, please? And he's going to do thaumaturgy to bless what he just said.
I'm going to go to the front door and I'm going to open the door.
You do thaumaturgy, the glasses in the
Oh, no.
cabinet rattle a little bit, and you're pretty sure you might just catch a little bit of a crack on one, but there is no answer. You don't hear anything from the barkeep. Matthias, you go over to the front door. You open it up. You see outside, looks to be a very stereotypical small village. You're on what seems to be the main street. Across from you, you can make out some other shops. It appears to be a clothing store across from you based on the items in the window. But it is extremely foggy this morning. And you can't see further than 30 feet down either side of the street.
And close the door and go back to the bar.
So what's the town like?
Another Schlechtozomen, Matthias?
Yeah. It is...
How many of those do we have to collect before it's good?
Well, das would be ein gutes Omen. And we haven't had any of those today.
Yeah, but if 2 wrongs make a right, how many of those does it take to make it good?
I believe that the phrase is 2 wrongs do not make a right, traditionally.
I may have heard that backwards then.
Das Wetter ist sehr schlecht. It is, were we near the sea? It is foggy, like coming off of a sea.
Well, it is the deep
Smelled
waters town.
salt. Earlier. I don't know if I smell it right now.
You do not.
In my room.
I did not think we were. Are we near the ocean?
Not that you can recall, but you also couldn't recall the name of the town, so...
Why don't we go back in the kitchen? We could check in on the guy that didn't answer our question.
I actually I'll be just a moment. I want to check on the one who left the party early. I'm gonna go upstairs and knock on the door of the guy who bolted when we came downstairs.
All right. You know that there are. Your party took up rooms 1, 2, and 3. Are
So
you
it's just
knocking
4
on
or
room
5.
4 or 5?
Oh, what the hell? We'll go with 5.
All right. You go to the door at the end of the hall. You knock on the door. Sorry, I didn't word that like a question, but it was a question.
Oh, yes, I
You're
do
knocking
knock
on the
on the
door?
door. I
Okay.
do knock on the door.
You knock on the door. There's no answer, but you hear a sound coming from within as of glass shattering. And then silence.
I'll try the knob.
You try the knob, it is locked.
How unfortunate. Fortunately, I am playing a rogue, so I suppose I'll crack out the old thieves' tools. But
Alright.
first I will call inside. Sir, are you, if you're having a sort of medical incident in there,
Wellness
you're
check.
welcome to let me know.
Your regularly scheduled wellness check.
There is no answer. It is silent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run a thieves' tools. I'm just gonna pick that lock.
Alrighty. As you do that, what are the other two of you doing?
Jasper's heading behind the door where the barkeep went.
Alright. You duck into the kitchen. You don't find anyone inside. There is, it's a rather small kitchen. There's one shelf. That shelf has currently nothing on it. On the stove, there is a singular pan, and in that pan, there is bacon grease. The stove is not lit currently. And there is no other door, no other exit from the kitchen.
Okay, and he's gonna walk.
Where's the barkeep? Where is he?
He's not there. He may have skipped off, maybe teleported, or he might be invisible.
You know that can... Fast?
Invisible. Can't be seen.
I understand what the word means.
I don't
many
understand
barkeeps
what
do you know
your
that can
words
turn-
mean.
Sorry, common is not my first language. How many barkeeps do you know that can turn invisible or the teleport?
I mean, I haven't talked to too many barkeeps, actually.
Not many.
So maybe he's a special barkeep.
I'm not going to say what I want to say.
Okay, well, what do you think happened, sir?
I don't know. Das ist ein schlechtes Omen.
All right, well, do you want to go back there and look around? Maybe there's a trap door. I didn't look, actually. We could try looking.
Matthias is just gonna go into the kitchen and look around and see if he can find something.
Nothing
And
like looking if you want to find
Jess is
something.
going to cast guidance on him.
Alrighty. Make an
Just-
investigation check.
Yeah, I think I'm good at those. Yeah, I'm pretty good at those. plus guidance. $18.
Nice. You do actually find there are a couple barrels in the corner. Looking inside them, they are empty. But you push them away, and you see that they were covering what seems to be a door to a cellar.
Let's do here. Come over here.
Oh. Okay. So he's got
How
a
did
little
you get the
door that's
barrels?
a little bit less exciting, admittedly, but it's still
How did you get the
interesting.
barrels back on top of the door after he went through?
Maybe you're overthinking this. Maybe they're
You should try
enchanted
to be
barrels. Be
I-
fun. All right, so do you want... Should we try... Is it locked?
We should wait for Obes.
Well, we can check and see if it's locked. Right?
Be my guest.
Can I do thaumaturgy on the trapdoor to see if it's locked?
The doors swing open.
Haha!
Meanwhile, Obs, go ahead, make your thieves' tools check.
Will
To
do.
your dexterity and proficiency.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That's I'm gonna guide myself. That's 1, 5 and 5. Dirty 20.
Nice. You don't take very long at all to pick this lock, and after just a few seconds, you hear that satisfying click, and you know the door is unlocked.
All right. I'm going to kind of call back. You two find anything interesting with the barkeep, or
We didn't find a barkeep, but we found something interesting.
Us.
right? What could you be more specific in a helpful way?
So in the kitchen, there's a trap door that might have magical barrels on top of it.
Magical barrels.
Maybe.
All right, give me one moment. I just want to make sure an old man isn't dead, and if he is dead, I guess I want to see that.
Okay, well, I'll join you. I want to see it too. And he's gonna start going up there.
Oh, DM, I just want to say I apologize. I totally forgot to pick spells, so I did that quickly.
No worries.
Light Warlock dip.
No worries. So you open the door to see if the old man is all right. You open the door and you find what seems to be the remains of a ritual of some kind. There is a circle that has been drawn on the wood floor in chalk, and around this circle, it kind of brings to mind like those round solar system models where there's the circles, and then there's smaller circles within that would be signifying planets and so forth. You find there are 5 small circles all in this big ring. 4 of them on the outside of the ring, or in the ring itself, and then 1 larger circle on the inside of the ring, and that one is drawn around the mirror that is exactly like the mirrors in each of your bedrooms. Only this mirror, being in the middle of the circle, you see the glass has been shattered. Everything else in the room seems to be the same. It's got the same kind of cot that the rest of you had. but there is no one in here.
When
Now, I
Jasper
don't
gets
know what I was.
Oh.
Sorry, please.
Oh, I was gonna say when Jasper gets up there, can he make an Arcana check on the circle?
Sure. Go for it.
Sweet.
Could I also make that check?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Matthias, are you
Guidance.
staying downstairs with the cellar, or are you joining them upstairs?
I'm staying right by the entrance, not going down, but
Alrighty.
just
Glad I
looking
have
watch.
expertise in this because I rolled a 6, but it's going to be a 17.
Nice. What did
With
Albs get?
guidance, that is a 28 for me.
Dang, very nice. The two of
Nat
you,
18.
the two of you, working together, looking at this circle. You can identify elements of it. You can tell that it is. The runes all belong to the Conjuration School of Magic. It brings to mind elements of a plane shift or teleportation circle kind of thing, but it's not either of those, but there are elements that remind you of those kinds of magics.
From what we gathered between of us, would this be some kind of magical object? These rings? Or
It is not a
something
magical
that could be
object.
used on
It's
identify
simply-
with?
You know that you wouldn't gather any new information with identify, because that you would just be identifying like the chalk that's been used to draw the circle.
Okay.
It wouldn't tell you anything new about the circle itself.
Cool.
I'm just gonna grab my short sword and just using the tip of the blade, I'm just gonna scratch a line through the outer circle and see if anything happens.
Okay. You scratch through it. No effect. I would say with the Arcana checks that you both passed, I would say you can tell that this is a ritual that has already been cast and the magic has been expended.
Can I tell how recently this happened?
I mean, you know at the very least that the glass just shattered while you were at the door.
Okay.
As for the magic itself, it might have corresponded with the glass shattering, or it might not have. You're not. That would be up to you to interpret.
No, this is laid out identically to our room.
The room is basically the same, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the fact
And
that
no
the mirror's been moved into the middle of the room.
Center of the room and
This ritual,
yeah.
yeah.
Are there any personal effects from the old man who was in here, or is it all kind of cleared out?
Make an investigation check.
I would be delighted to. And I will guide myself. I'm sorry that it's going to be like this all night.
Oh, I know.
I apologize in advance, but it's not going to stop me from doing it. That's an 18.
No need to apologize. You do a search of the room, and you do find only one item, and that is tucked in the corner of like the mattress, like underneath the mattress of the cot. There is a journal.
Jackpot. All right, Jasper. You got evidence.
What does it say?
Do you need me to read this out loud to you, or?
Well, did you read it? Do
No,
we know it's
I literally
evidence?
just picked this
Well, we
up.
don't know it's evidence until we read it.
All right. I will read the journal. And I'll actually kind of poke my head out. Matthias, you might want to take a look at this. We've got some more Schlechter's omens.
They're good. They're good. Make my way upstairs.
Alrighty. Do you
leave
the cellar open?
Nope, I closed that and I put the barrels back.
Hey!
Good to know. You close the cellar, head upstairs, where you see everything I just described, the shattered mirror, the used ritual, and your companion standing looking at a journal. Obs, you open the journal, and you see that it is in a language that you recognize. It is written in Infernal.
Oh, I recognize it too.
Don't read the Latin.
I'll be very careful not to be reading this. Actually, I'm not going to be reading this one out loud, alright? Don't want to sort of
Okay,
end
I'll
up in
just.
any deals.
Wait, I don't remember. How tall is Obs?
Obs is very tall. Obs is like 6'7".
Okay.
Tall and lanky.
Jasper's gonna try and read over his shoulder. Or next to him.
Yeah.
I'll share it. It's I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just like
No,
reading
I get why you're
out
not.
loud's not
Yeah.
dumb.
You just immediately begin chanting it.
Listen, I've seen Evil Dead enough times.
Reading it, it does appear to be a journal. In the first few entries, it seems that it was the journal of an individual who, and this is piecing together through like multiple early journal entries. It seems that this individual had some concerns about where he came from. You get the idea that his parents had been lying to him about something, and he eventually ran away from home. In some later entries, you hear a little bit about how he hears voices at times and how he has very ominous dreams. And then flipping through it a bit more, the journal entries change tone slightly. And you read one that says, "I don't remember how I arrived in this terrible place, but I am determined to get home somehow. I just wish I could remember where home is."
Can I just say this guy is super relatable?
Insofar as he seems to have ended up dead, I certainly hope not.
But
But I take your point. I wonder. I think breaking the mirror in our room might do something, but I don't know if it's a good something or a bad something.
Well, if we break it and it turns out to be bad, I could always stitch it back together.
Yeah, we'll do.
Well, like, unless you disappear like this guy did.
There is a little bit left of the journal.
Yeah, let's go all the way to the end before we make any hasty assumptions here.
11 days later, there's another entry. It says, I tried summoning an elemental to aid me against the thing, but something went wrong. This place seems abhorrent to any kind of conjuration magic. And
Look at my
then
skeleton owl. That's not helpful information. We had that.
the next entry, there's a question mark next to the date, as if not the individual is no longer sure about how much time is passing. But he says, "I've tried everything, nothing seems to work. I'm losing hope of ever seeing my friends' faces again. I don't remember them, but I'm certain I had them."
That's the spirit.
And then there is one last entry, and no date next to it. It says, "So long, stalker mine. This will either free me or kill me, and I desire both in equal quantities. I'm leaving behind these entries in hopes that if anyone else ever suffers this cruel fate, they may not stay here for as many months, years, decades as I have. I have no wish to ever read this again. If I escape, I hope I leave all memory of this place behind me, and may it not stalk my dreams." And then you see there is a scrawled, appears to be a poem of some kind, which I will drop for you all in our chat, and one of you can read it.
Is it going to be the video chat, or is it going to be the one, oh, okay, there it is.
For the one shot that we are using.
Who feels like reading poetry today?
I can read it. "When nothing is as it would seem, the path is 5 for the beware reflection, drawing nigh, perception holds the key. When sounds the bell, thy time is short. Behold what thou might see, the fragrance of."
And then it is torn off, and that is all that you can discern.
Wunderbar.
Make a wisdom check for me, Jasper.
Okay.
Insight
Oh my
check.
goodness.
We'll say insight specifically.
Wait, it's insight?
Yes.
Okay. That's better than not insight. Oh my gosh. It's better, but it's a 14.
Remember to use guidance if you have
I
it.
am. I've used guidance every time.
Alrighty. I am messaging you what you realize.
Ooh. All right. Well, gentlemen, no sense
You want to
being
go to
about...
the cellar?
I don't know that we have a choice. I do have one thing I wanted to check out here first. But I was going to say we should be frank about our situation, that we appear to be trapped in some sort of other place. And don't suppose either of you have experience with that? Easy ways out? No?
Well, I'm gaining it now.
Alright, well, I just wanted to check out the other room before we go downstairs. Also, you said you can
You
Sorry,
stay
you were
away
saying?
from the mirror.
Agreed. You said you can mend, yes, Jasper?
I can mend, but Matthias, what did you say?
I said
Did
stay away from the mirror.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
he said look in the mirror for a second.
Fine. Aber Jasper, yeah, it do looks in the mirror.
Okay, so yes, I can mend up something. What do you need?
I'd be very curious to see what happens if we try and mend that mirror that's broken on the ground there.
Walking out of the room.
You know I have to be close to those things, right?
I'm not, to be clear, I would never dream of forcing you to do so. However, we are trapped in some weird liminal space, so we're in sort of, by my mind, we're in sort of a bad ideas only mode.
Yes. So speaking of bad ideas, why don't we go to the cellar first?
I will abide by what the group would like to do.
Or we could check out the
Matthias?
other room. There's another empty one, right?
Yes, room number 4.
What do you want to do, Matthias?
I'm outside. The second he said mend the mirror, I was out the door.
It's going to send a message to you, so it's whispering into your ears. What do you want to do, Matthias?
Matthias is the rarest of horror characters, the one with common sense.
We should
You
look at everything, examine the walls, the floor, the ceiling, see if anything is out of place.
I think the ceiling is in place. Looking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at everything. Do not treat everything here as if it were a crime scene. Treat nothing as if it is a given. Look for clues in every little piece. We should start in the main room. Do a spiral search all the way around out. Do that in every room until we find some sort of a regularity or a clue as to where we are.
Okay. You go ahead and you take lead, and I'll give you guidance again.
I'm more than willing to trust the city guard on this one.
All right. I'll go down to the main room, and he's just gonna do starting at the center of the room. He's gonna spiral his whole way out, looking at every detail, every crumb, every speck of dust, everything.
Alrighty, make an investigation check with guidance from your companion.
I'll also just give you the help action so you can take advantage.
Oh, very nice. You know, the downside of only candles is I gotta look. It's not great.
Gotta look.
I gotta light a. I don't have a flashlight on me either. Okay. 11 plus 5, 16 total.
Alrighty. You do a very thorough search of the common room. The only thing that stands out to you in this room is the table that the old man was that he had been sitting at, and that he knocked a chair over at. Everything in this room is in perfect condition, but also in perfect place. Like, there's no chair that isn't straight, except for the chair that the old man knocked over. And looking at his table, you also see scratched all over the underside of the table are 2 words repeated over and over and over again. And that is the words senses outside.
Neither of you make sense of this.
Are you telling us we don't make sense of it, or are you asking if we can?
Can either of you make sense of this?
All right, let me take a look.
This has been a valuable cultural exchange. By my lights, the old man may have been outside of his senses. However, there may be something in the fog, and I think we have to bear that in mind as a realistic danger. Could I just investigate? You said there was like a mirror behind the bar, right?
Yeah, so behind the bar there is a one of those fancy glass cabinets for like wine glasses and so forth. And the back of it is mirrored.
Is there anything off in the reflection? If I kind of go up and...
glad that you asked.
Wait, did you go down to the bar then?
Y'all
We're
are
on
in the
the-
common-
I was in the common room.
Oh,
we're on the
that's what
main
you meant.
floor.
I thought you were talking about the first, like, room number 1 upstairs when you
No.
said that. Okay, cool.
No, I'm suspicious about what would happen there. I'm suspicious about everything.
As you should be. No, this is in the common room.
Okay.
So looking at the glass cabinet behind the bar, make a perception check to examine the reflection.
I would be delighted to. Wow. So, with guidance, that's a natural 1 plus 1.
At least I haven't gotten one of those yet.
All right.
It's a total of 6.
Everything looks normal.
How's it looking?
As far as I can tell, it's fine. Maybe my optical sensors are on the fritz. I'm going to, well, outside senses, or senses outside.
Are you
we've
thinking
got a
of going
cellar.
for a walk outside?
I am not. I think the journal implies to me that there might be something in here with us. And I don't want to draw any attention until we have to. I'd like to check room number 4. That's my vote. And then the cellar. But we also can do it the other order if you prefer.
We can go check room number 4, but before I forget, he's going to rip out a lock of his hair and then tie it together to make a circle that he's gonna pass it to Obs to put on his wrist. In case we get separated, I can talk to you.
I see. I feel that I should let you know that I have a message cantrip, and that is strangely less concerning.
Well,
So
that
maybe I'll
works
just-
if we're close by, but if we end up miles apart somehow, this works for 10 miles.
Right. I will stick it on my owl for now, and I will.
Yes, as long as you have it on you, and because I could also, in theory, look through it if I need to.
You know, if you told me that first, I don't know if I would have taken it.
It'll be fine.
Hmm.
To room number
Yeah, so
4,
the whole
then.
place feels- Right.
Can I do thaumaturgy on the door to see if it's unlocked?
Sure. Room number 4 is unlocked. The door opens, swings open with a bang, and it appears to be very much the same as the 3 rooms that you all woke up in. The same cot and mirror and wash basin window. Everyone make a perception check though as you step inside.
Oh boy.
Perception is the key.
Oh my goodness.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I've
I'm
rolled above
not-
a 10 all night.
Listen, I've
Not
rolled a
good.
10 or lower this entire time.
That's unfortunate. 22.
That'll be a 15.
So I rolled a 7, but with guidance it brings us to a 10, and then with the 3, I got a 13.
Alrighty.
Yeah, proficiency in perception was a good choice for this one, apparently.
Oh yes.
I had proficiency in
perception
that.
holds the
It's not
key.
helping.
I should have put my expertise in that. I went with history.
Each of you though, you step inside, and one by one you realize your footsteps aren't making a normal sound on the floor, because it's as if it's like the wood floor is slick. Like the wood itself is soft. It feels soft instead of hard.
Can I stop and kind of put my hand down on the floor and does it feel like rotten, or
You
like...
put your hand on it and it feels almost rubbery to the touch. And you pull your hand up and there's like a little bit of moisture on your hands.
So
It's slick.
I'm gonna use a bonus action, just as an aside, to roll on my I forget what it's called, like a storyboard. I'm gonna use one of my bardic inspiration things to roll, so that way I know what I'm pocketing from that. So
Okay.
that's just an aside.
Glaubst du ein schlechtes Omens jetzt?
I'm certainly hoping we get one Gutes Omen before the night is done. Is there even a point in casting Detect Magic here? What do we think, gang? Feels
I'm gonna
safe
draw
to
my dagger and I'm gonna drag it across the floor.
Oh, you're right. We could do detect magic, can't we?
You drag your dagger across the floor, and it feels like you're dragging it across flesh.
Ja, das was.
It doesn't bleed or anything. It looks like wood. And you don't see or smell or hear anything out of the ordinary, but it feels soft like flesh.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Alright.
Do you want to spend 10 minutes and do it as a ritual?
No, because I have a free use of it anyway.
Oh.
So I'm using my freebie.
Alrighty. Yeah, not surprisingly, everything around you is magical.
For what
Yeah, this
kind
whole
of
house is
magic?
Yeah, it's not gonna be super useful in here.
Almost every kind of magic.
Okay.
But I would say the largest kinds would be conjuration, and yeah, well, we'll say conjuration. But there's like a little bit of everything.
Okay, we'll relay that for what he's seeing.
Is there a center point to this kind of softness in the floor? Or is it just... Like, is there anything that's, I guess, causing this room to be weird, obvious?
Nothing that catches your attention. It's just everything in this room. And if you feel like the cot, for example, even that feels softer than it should. Everything in this room is just soft and slick.
What if we've been eaten by something? And they're trying to fatten us up with the bacon.
Then I was a curious choice of prey.
Stomach acid could work through you eventually.
Ein Hexer. Ein witch does not
I
need
meant-
to eat your body, it needs to eat your soul.
Didn't say a witch.
Well, what else would it be? Could be
I
a
mean-
Teufel, could be... Same thing. A demon.
Maybe. All right, so
Maybe.
where do we want to
Can I-
look next?
I just want to look in that mirror real fast and see if there's anything up with the mirror in this room.
All right, make a perception check.
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
And I
Come on.
was gonna
That's a
say,
10.
can I do the help action with prestidigitation, kind of cleaning the mirror up, like making it extra sparkly? I don't know if that would end up happening or helping or not, but
Whatever, I'll allow it.
Thanks.
yep.
No, it doesn't help any. It was a 3 and a 2 on the die. But I appreciate the thought.
Uh-huh.
What's your total?
A 10 still.
Okay. For a moment, you thought you saw something in the mirror that doesn't match anything that you've seen in the room, but it was like just for a split second, and then when you focus on it, there's nothing there.
What if we put all the mirrors in a circle?
What if we do the cellar?
I'm just saying they would reflect each other. Maybe that's what we gotta do.
I'm going
There's
to
the
investigate
circles
this
in
room.
the
Oh,
other room.
Wait. I'm actually... That's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. I don't know what it would do, but it might do something.
All right. While they're chuckle trucking their way through this, I'm gonna investigate this room the way I did the comment room.
Okay.
Okay,
Just so
I'm
get
trying my best
guided
to
says
avoid-
he tries, I guess, the window or the mirrors like fastened to something, or are they just like hang on the wall?
These mirrors are actually on stands.
Okay, the one stands.
They're like full body mirrors.
That's a dirty 20.
Alrighty. And this is for room 4.
Yes.
Okay. You do a thorough sweep of the room. Nothing catches your attention. The only odd thing about this room is everything feels soft and slick.
Yeah.
Because the
Word of
mirror
mouth.
stand feels soft and slick.
The mirror does not, actually.
Okay, is it liftable? Like if he starts lifting it, does it?
Yeah, you can drag it across the floor.
It's gonna drag it across the floor, and I guess the area that has the biggest like area is the common area, right?
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, so he's gonna take it
Downstairs.
down there to begin the mirror circle.
Okay.
This is either brilliant or terrible. There's no in between.
Make a strength check
This is
as you
where I
carry
was
this mirror
concerned.
down the stairs.
All right, let's see.
I will help you pull it.
All right,
I am
All right,
not
both of you
touching the
make-
mirror.
If you're
Oh my
carrying it together,
gosh.
both of you make strength checks.
I finally got above a 10, but the other die was a 1, so I'm glad you're helping. So with that help, it's a 16.
Alrighty. And what did Obbs get?
Oh, sorry. I was giving him the help
Oh.
action.
Yes,
But I can roll separately if you prefer.
Yeah, both of you. I want both of you to make a strength check for this, though.
Okay.
As you are both carrying it.
So should I not roll with
Sure.
advantage then, or is that fine?
I'll allow it. No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a 15 minus 1, 14.
Okay. That's enough. Y'all managed to carry it down the stairs. There's like a moment where your foot slips and you almost drop it, but you're fine. You carry it all the way downstairs into the common room and set it up in the middle of the room. You can move like another table out of the way if you want a bigger space for it.
Obbs kind of pulls out a small black spellbook, flipping through it like, knew I should have taken floating disc.
These are a little bit heavier than I thought they might be. Matthias, can you help us?
9.
Matthias has too much good sense to get involved with our very bad idea.
I said, do not look in the mirror. I'm not going to look in the mirror. I'm not
You
going
don't
to touch
have
the mirror.
just get behind the
I'm not going to go-
mirror.
I'm not going to be
It's
near
not
the mirror.
double-sided.
Why don't we check out the cellar before we do this?
All
Why
right.
don't we finish investigating all of the rooms behind us so that we know nothing's going to come down from behind us? I'm going to move on to the next. I'm going to, in sequence, investigate all of the rooms.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check for the last 3 rooms. We'll put them together.
Just one check for all 3.
Yeah.
You can still have Hori give you guidance.
Okay.
I will give
good.
you the help action. I'll just help you look.
Even better. Okay. 12 is my new high roll. That's 5. That's 21.
Nice. Alrighty. In room 3, the only thing that stands out to you is that there is a slight salty taste on the air, like to a sea breeze almost. In room 2, the room that you woke up in, something that you didn't notice this morning is that there is a sickly sweet scent. And then
Write all this
lastly,
down.
in room 1, there is a ringing sound as if from a small bell.
Get immediately out of that room. I remember the
There-
poem.
There's something wrong with our senses. Or the rooms are doing something odd. Hmm.
9, du denkst.
Ew. I suppose they are a bit odd, aren't they?
Ja, genau.
Yeah. Sickly sweet salt water and a
Ringing
bell.
noise, weird, soft to the touch.
Oh, we're clearly in something's mouth.
Well, could just
I
be.
don't know the ringing
s-
noise fits into that.
Did any of the rooms have like a something that you? Oh no, we did have a room that you see things in, right? There was those rune thing, the ritual room.
Did I investigate that room? I don't think I did.
Oh no,
They-
it was
I
already
did.
investigated before.
Yeah, Okay.
That's where I found the
You-
journal.
If you would like, we can say that you investigated that one as well as part of this, and you didn't find anything additional.
It sounds like we have a room for each sense.
No,
We have texture for
but-
touch. We had hearing. We had sickly sweet, which is taste. We had something that we saw something in, and then
no, we have two.
What
We have
was-
two small rooms.
well, I mean, there was two
Yeah,
different things
also
that were
two.
being smelled, though.
Was
There was room 3 was a salty taste on the
Oh,
air.
salty taste.
Okay, so
Room
it is.
Okay.
2 was a sickly sweet scent.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we get 5 senses for 5 rooms.
We have 5 circles, or something on that one.
Was it 5 circles?
It's like 4 and one
Four.
big one.
4 circles on the ring itself, and then 1 circle in the middle for the mirror. The 4 circles around the mirror, though, were empty.
I wonder if that's a ritual we should be trying to complete.
And it either killed him or sent him home.
Or neither. He might have done it incorrectly.
I don't think he even knew what he was doing.
I don't know. He
Well-
seemed like he might have known what he was doing.
Yes,
Well,
sane people generally write the same words over and over again at the bottom of tables.
Even aside from that, it
There's
didn't sound
all
like it was
kinds of
something that
sanity
he
out
had
in the
done
world.
before.
He just was testing his penmanship.
Well, be that as it may, by my math, we're now down to 2 bad options. We have to either go outside or do the cellar. Or we can sit in a circle and debate the meaning of sanity.
Well, we can skip that one.
Well, if we can get the light, we can look at the cellar.
I can provide lights. Compartment pops open on the arm, and I will spray out some dancing lights.
Nice. These floating little orbs of light just circle around you as you desire. So you all head downstairs. Make your way to the cellar and the kitchen.
There's no other rooms in this building, right? So far?
Correct.
And yeah, I suppose that's what we're about to do.
All right. You go to the cellar. Remove the barrels again. Open up the doors. You see a short staircase going downwards. Who goes down first?
As long as the lights are leading the way, Matthias will take the lead.
Yeah. The lights are going down first. I'll wave my arm
Alright.
and send 2 of them drifting ahead.
All right. The lights drift into the room. Matthias, you follow. You see a singular, bare, open room with a dirt floor.
There was a bear.
What?
The way you said it, I thought there was just a bear. It's just a singular bear. Open room.
No, the room itself is bare. The dirt floor beneath your feet, and the only thing in this room is a very ornate mirror on beautiful gold legs.
Are there any doors out? Or is it...
Nope.
Cool.
There is nothing else in the room. And you can even look at the dirt floor, and you can see how you are leaving tracks. There are no other tracks in this room.
Jasper's going to cast See Invisibility.
All right. Where are you looking?
He's in the cellar.
You look around the cellar. You don't see anything.
He's then gonna zip up the cellar and then just look around the rest of the place.
All right. Make a perception check.
Hey, that one's not awful. Ooh, okay. This is my highest of the night. That is a 22.
Nice. You don't see anything in any of the rooms, but as you are passing through the common room, something catches your eye for just a moment in the large mirror that you positioned in there. Just like a little bit of movement that didn't correspond to what you did.
Like the movement was separate of me as well. Like it wasn't like my reflection doing something different. It was just something else in the mirror.
It looked like there might have been something else entirely.
Okay. When he goes to the other rooms, none of those mirrors look off at all. When he
Do
walks
you
by.
look specifically into them?
Well, he didn't look specifically in that one.
No, but you just had a very good perception check, and that's what you caught out of the corner of your eye. If you would like to see more, you have to do it on purpose.
See. Well, after he goes up there, he will mention to the 2 that he saw a movement in the one mirror. So,
blacken
what
the
do
mirrors.
we... What was that?
You should blacken the mirrors. Get a torch, smoke them.
Okay, that's an option. Maybe. Do we not think it could be, like, important?
You can clean them off if we need to later. But for now, I'd rather whatever was on that side of the mirror stayed there.
Hmm. I just remember there was that poem thing. I'm trying to recall what it said.
It's in the chat. You can just.
No, I'm bringing it up on my phone.
Beware reflection drawing nigh. The path is 5 for thee, so we've figured out the 5. Where nothing is as it would seem. So chances are everything is a lie to us.
The fragrance of something. Okay, is there like an attic?
Nope.
Well,
There is nothing else in the inn.
if we don't want to look in the mirrors, do we want to go take a walk outside?
Well, how many mirrors have we found so far?
One in
Quite
each
a few.
room and the bar, right?
And the one in the
And the one
basement.
in the basement.
7
Oh, and the
total,
one in the
one's
basement.
broken.
Das ist Stacks.
Yeah.
Nicht 5.
Yeah, aber 7.
See,
Sieben what?
My German does not extend to mirrors, so I don't know.
That's so valid.
were there 5 rooms?
Five
With
rooms.
mirrors?
Five rooms upstairs,
Common room, basement.
common
Okay.
room, basement.
7.
Well, the way I see it, we're going to need to look in a mirror or look outside.
Which sounds more fun to do first?
Well, we're right next to a mirror, so I'll look in the mirror. The big one downstairs in the basement. Let's just
stand behind and to the right of the mirror.
Alrighty.
Rapier and dagger still drawn.
I suppose I should tell you all before I do this. I think this is a bad idea.
Ihr habt klein good idea, so she's a defense now.
Alrighty. You go to the ornate mirror in the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me to tell y'all when we finish, just like some differences between past times I've run this and with y'all, because
I feel like we could probably do an entire just like talk episode on that.
honestly probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
You look in the mirror. Make a perception check.
Perception check. Can I have my familiar help me? Does it work like a normal familiar?
It attempts to, but it seems that it is less able to than a familiar should be. And if you spend any amount of time trying to figure out what all is different about your familiar, you will realize that none of its 5 senses work as they should.
Owls already aren't great in the daytime, so I guess I don't know what I expected. In that case, it will only be a 10.
Alright.
I can't. I keep rolling 2s on these.
You stare into this mirror, and behind you. So like you see yourself in the reflection, and then behind you there's a small, as if it's very far away, dark figure. And it is very, very slowly getting bigger, as if it's getting closer. And I need you to make a sanity check.
Yep.
As you look behind you, and there's definitely nothing there in reality.
Yeah, I figured. I was about to ask. Only a 29.
That's
Very
good.
nice. So that would be a success.
That would be a
so
success.
you only lose 2 sanity points.
Whee! Well, as I said, a bad idea.
Was it informative?
Not particularly. Something dreadful is coming towards us slowly, but I think the poem sort of already elucidated that. We just now have a horrifying reminder. We should be quick about figuring out an out.
So, does that mean we should leave the house?
Oh, I meant leave this pocket dimension, but yes.
No,
we should
I
leave
get that, but
the
I'm
house.
saying go into the fog, look around.
Sure seems like the only other alternative here would be to break the mirror, and I feel like that might set off consequences.
If you break a mirror, you just have more mirrors.
They're smaller mirrors, so maybe it'll
Yeah.
shrink the...
Big
You
brain
should blacken the mirror.
Wait, there's 6 mirrors, right? What if instead of putting them all in a circle, we put them face to face?
Or just flat on the ground.
Actually, I like that. I'm going to take the staining mirror and just very gently put it flat on the ground.
Alrighty.
Jess was
It's
going to do
cold to
help
your touch.
if he starts doing that. Oh, yeah. Are you committed to this?
Well, if that way, if
Yeah.
anything's looking out, it can't look at us.
Mm-hmm.
It might buy us time.
All right, we're just gonna lower it to the ground gently.
Yeah.
Yeah, just very gingerly.
It
All right,
is cold
and
to the touch. You lower it to the ground now without issue.
Yeah, I think now we have to actually explore this little town whose name we still do not know.
Yeah, let's get the rest of them first.
We don't know
You
if
go
that.
around the inn, turning all of the mirrors face down on the ground.
While they
Yeah,
start
and
do, while those two
is
put
the
them face
broken one just,
down.
like-
Well, I was gonna say while they do
I'm
the
not-
ones that are full, here Jasper will put the mirror pieces that way they aren't looking back at him. He'll put them the other way, then he'll mend them from behind into one.
Hold on, do we want to touch the broken mirror?
Well, he is.
He did.
I mean, it's better than turning every little
We're
piece.
here now.
As you are mending the pieces of the mirror, Jasper, make a charisma check.
Okay.
Come on, Bard! This is literally your thing.
It is.
You actually have proficiency in this.
Do I have proficiency in this? I think it's
think
just a
bards
raw
do.
check.
Oh, if it's just a check, then no.
So
If you don't have proficiency in it, you get to use your jack of all trades, so you
Yeah.
can add half your proficiency to it.
even if it's just like the
so-
top abilities.
Yep.
Okay,
It is
so then
still-
that's
it is still an ability check that you don't have proficiency in.
then
so you
that's
can
an
add
11.
one to that, right?
I rolled a 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1.
Small numbers eventually add up to a almost big number. It's close enough. You have this weird sense that you can't place as you are touching the pieces of the mirror and putting them back together and mending them. And you are thinking about that journal and what that might mean and about the older individual and about how that story was relatable to you because it was yours. I need you to make a sanity check for me.
Well, this is already shaping out to be bad. Because the first thing I rolled was the 60. Plus an 8, so 68.
Can't roll low when it counts.
No.
So that is a fail.
Yep.
Alrighty. You lose 9 points of sanity.
Okay.
And
What was the sanity start was 40 plus best
Your-
mental, right?
Yeah.
yes, 40 plus your highest mental ability score.
So we
in
all
his
are in,
case,
like-
is charisma.
50 something, I guess.
Yeah, mine was a 58. Now it's a 49.
So it lowered, and you will also gain a minor compulsion, and that is when you start talking about something, you're going to have a tendency to ramble on until you're stopped.
Literally none of this is.
So he's just a bard. He's still just a bard.
This is the character he's been playing all night.
It takes what's there and just pulls it a little bit more towards its extreme.
Does he get it all mended, though, the mirror?
You do, yeah. You get it mended. It is lying there face down on the ground. Y'all take the rest of the mirrors and you lay them face down on the ground as well. They are all cold to the touch. What do y'all do now?
All right, gang. Who's ready to go out into Silent Hill?
Nish, aber lead on.
I'm sorry, what is yeesh? Oh, is that what it means? Lead on?
Not
Like
I.
we're going on? Oh, you're not an
Nish.
I.
Nish,
Or you're not
not.
I.
Ish, I, not I.
Have
Aber,
you
but
have you considered like brushing up on your common a little bit, like taking some
considered-
classes?
Do you consider brushing up on your ChristianD&D?
No, because I never really needed from.
You
He
do
learned
now.
in Fern, not Zemnian.
I don't
That's what I was kind of getting at.
Hmm.
All right. You all head outside?
Grudgingly.
Okay. You walk out the door. As you open the door, the wind is very loud in your ears. But as you step out into the fog, you don't feel any wind at all. It's still loud, but you don't feel any of it. It's just fog.
Hmm.
You have about a 30-foot visibility in any particular direction. So you can see like across the street, but you can't see very far down the street.
How much time has passed since I cast See Invisibility? Because it lasts for an hour and it's not
Left for an hour,
concentration.
you still have it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna freshen up my false life. Just top that off.
Okay.
Oh, I could see
You
in the
gotta do
ethereal
some-
plane.
Some sort of a fighter thing. Yeah.
You are combat ready.
Hey, you've brought the sensible decision making all night, which is a vital part of it, right?
That's basically what's an interesting character for
Yes.
a horror theme.
You for your see invisibility, Jasper, though. I'm glad you mentioned the seeing into the ethereal plane because I forgot about that part.
Oh.
You can't see the ethereal plane from here, which you know is supposed to be part of the spell, but it's like
Oh.
it's just not there.
Maybe we're in the ethereal plane. That's why I can't see it. We're already here. Is that fun?
That would make us.
Do you explain this to us, or are you just?
No, he's just saying it from that point.
I love a little ADHD representation. What?
Sorry, you're saying.
What about the ethereal plane?
So sometimes when I feel like it, I can see invisible things and ethereal things. And right now I can see potentially one of them, but I haven't noticed one. But I have noticed I can't see the ethereal. So maybe we are all in ethereal. And so everything just is acting like we're already there. So I can't see into it.
Now, I just want to clarify. You have a spell that lets you see invisible things and ethereal things. Have you seen any invisible things?
No, but that's when I saw the movement in the mirror a little bit ago.
Right, but I guess my question would be, if you can't see any invisible things or ethereal things, are you sure your spell is working?
Absolutely.
That's the confidence we love to see. Never doubt yourself.
Matthias is gonna think back to his tutor, because he had a tutor that taught him about a whole bunch of stuff because his family was fairly well to do. He's going to try and think back to his lessons on the planes of existence and see if any of this makes sense.
Make a history check.
Take a guidance.
Good, I needed that.
Relax.
Wasn't much better, but I do have expertise in this, so it's kind of okay. It's gonna be a 15.
All right. Yeah, you know the basics of the different planes of existence. You know that the ethereal plane, while the Feywild and the Shadowfell overlap and mirror the material plane, the ethereal is just all within, just kind of woven in between the threads of those planes. And if you have an ability to either see into it, either through magic or an innate ability, you know there are some creatures who can just see into the ethereal plane. You know that ghosts, for example, can cross between them. You know that like it is always there. So if it is not there, that means you are definitely not in a place you've ever been before.
Yeah, so I've never heard of any plane or reach that would not be within the ethereal plane.
The outer planes don't. I don't believe.
Okay.
I feel like the outer planes don't overlap with the ethereal plane.
I think you're correct with that, but I don't want to metagame.
Fortunately for you, you're God, so you can just decide an answer to that.
I can.
I know. I'm pretty sure the far realms are outside. I don't know about the other outer planes.
I'll tell
I
you
feel like
in just a second.
Speaking as Bob, the rules lawyer and lore master, not Matthias, the character.
Yes.
this whole thing's kind of giving me demiplane.
Yeah. So the ethereal plane overlaps with the material and the inner planes. It does not overlap with the outer planes. But as I
All right. So we know we're not in the plane of fire. Rule that one out.
Yeah, we are not in any elemental plane or the Feywild, the Shadowfell. I don't believe. I believe those are inner planes. Ish.
all of the inner and transitive planes, you know that you can't be on any of those. You have to be on either some sort of pocket dimension demiplane sort of deal, or you're on an outer plane or the far realm.
Now, could we
Let us
tell?
hope we are not in the far realms.
Is there
I-
something really cool in the far realms?
If by cool you mean
No.
your brain turning to rubber in your hands.
Kind of
Have
like
you
the
heard of,
rubber room?
Have
Or
you heard of
fleshy?
Illithids? Have you heard of Illithids or the Mind Flayers?
Yes.
Okay, they are the least bad thing in the far realms.
I will remind us all that we are level 5 adventurers and mind flayers would take us the hell out.
Single one!
Single one is bad news.
What are y'all doing?
Do we see any
Are there any-
structures?
Yeah, that. Are there any landmarks
Yeah, there's-
visible in the fog?
There was the clothier. There was a couple other
There's-
buildings, as I recall.
Shops on either side of you. Like I mentioned, you can't see very far down the street, but you can see the street, and there are shops on either side. They all look to be normal. You can't hear anything over the wind, which you can't feel. But you don't see any signs of life.
I reckon the clothier would make sense to check out. I'm going to try and move ahead stealthily, actually, and just keep a low profile in the mist.
Alrighty.
It's
make
like
a
the
stealth check.
one skill I don't have proficiency in.
Well, I am a rogue. That's a billion on a stealth check. 26.
All right. You sneak ahead. Are you going towards the Willix to be a clothing shop?
Yes.
All right.
And I'll message back to the group.
Sure.
I'm going to just check this out.
All right. You cross the street to the clothing store. It is a simple wooden structure like all of the other shops on the street. It has a large window front through which you can see there are mannequins. There are a couple mannequins set up in the window displaying formal robes and gowns.
Can I glean anything about where we are or time period from the kind of clothing? I don't know if that makes sense. Like, can I...
Yeah, no. Based on the clothing, you wouldn't imagine yourself to be in a different time or place than what you are used to. It does nothing feels out of place in that regard.
Got it. Is the door unlocked?
It is not.
It is not locked, or it is locked?
It is not locked.
All right, I will message to the group, coast is clear, and I will let myself in.
Alrighty. The two of you follow him inside?
I mean, Jasper's kind of already walking that direction after he said that he was going there. So yeah, he follows inside.
Dice is not that far from the group.
All right, the three of you walk inside. You enter, finding yourself in a large room filled with round tables and 4 chairs at each table. To your left, there is a bar with a beautiful cabinet filled with fancy glassware and a mirror backing to it.
Son of a bitch, it's the same room.
Entranceway to the kitchen behind the bar. You can see that there's a staircase going upstairs to what you imagine would probably be 5 rooms. I need all of you to make a sanity check for me.
Alright, well, I don't know that one. Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't know what my ones place is, but whatever it is, I didn't get it.
I keep.
It's a
7.
fail.
Wow.
A 7?
I got a 54. So it's a
is that
fail
a failure?
because it's now 49.
If you succeeded, you take only 1 point. You lose 1 point of sanity. If you failed, you're gonna take. You're gonna lose 4 points of sanity.
Oof.
How many if you succeed?
1.
If you
1.
succeeded, just 1.
Okay, sweet.
Jasper, how are you looking on sanity?
Oh, he's got a 45.
I
Okay.
feel like
doing great.
Matthias's general depressed demeanor about the situation has prepared him for all of the terrible things that are happening. It's just like, yeah, that tracks.
This might as well happen.
All right, whatever.
Alrighty. What do y'all do? Oh, you also see, I forgot to mention, you also see the barkeep is behind the bar with his back to you. Seems to be cleaning a glass, about to put it in the cabinet.
Matthias is going to go stand in the doorway between him and the kitchen.
Okay. You would have to, so to explain the layout of this a little bit better. So there's the bar, and then there's the entrance to the kitchen is behind the bar. The cabinet is between. You have to like pass through, pass by the cabinet that he's standing in front of. So either you have to like brush past him, or you can climb over the bar.
Oh, he's just hopping right over that bar.
Okay. You hop over the bar and stand in the entrance to the kitchen.
That's just gonna run up and touch the guy.
Hold on. Does he look like he's staring into the mirror in the cabinet?
It does.
Well, Jasper's going to do what he's going to do.
He just wants to know if he's solid.
We're here now.
Jasper, you run up to him and touch him. He doesn't really react.
Can hold him?
Can you hold him?
I mean, by like
you...
I can feel him when I'm touching him.
He's solid.
Barkeep, where did you go?
Hobbs is gonna rap on the counter. Any chance of bacon?
What did Jasper say?
He said, "Where did he go?"
The only thing he says in response to either of you is, "Looks fine to me. Go about your business."
That's what's gonna remain holding his arm.
Oh no, we're trapped in a video game.
Matthias, what are you doing?
Hobbs is gonna just.
Presently, I'm just making sure he can't get away from us.
Okay.
Does he look? He
so
looks
you're
transfixed.
trying to like stand in the doorway of the kitchen and just block it off?
Yeah.
Are you facing into the kitchen or into the common room?
I'm between him and the doorway. I wouldn't stand in the doorway because at this point Matthias isn't going to put his back to an open space.
Sure.
Really. So he's like, if the doorway's here, and the bartender's here, Matthias is here.
Okay. Are you facing the bartender?
Facing the bartender.
Okay. There's something interesting about that. Because you are facing him, and as you are to the side of him, you can see that he has no eyes or nose or mouth or ears or hands.
Oh, so what's by his wrist that Jess is holding on to?
You're holding on to. So he has like his hands in front of him. You're behind him, and you're just like holding on to his forearm.
Okay, that works.
I need you to make a sanity check, Matthias.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. Woo, that's a 99. We're gonna make up for that last one.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
In a different system, that'd be a great roll.
It would be so great in a different context. In this one, unfortunately, you will lose 11 points of sanity.
Hey, all right, that's a lot.
And you will gain the compulsion, a compulsion as well. And yours is a paranoia. You now
Also,
are paranoid.
Again, this is the character I've been playing all night.
Oh, I know. But now your paranoia is that you will lose your 5 senses the way that this bartender has. You are very worried that your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands are just going to disappear, and you will have to keep checking to make sure they're still there.
So, Mr. Barkeep, can you tell me
can't
about
tell you.
your day-to-day job? Why
Sounds
can't
fine
he
to me.
answer
Go
me?
about your business.
He can't tell you. He
Obbs,
doesn't have.
Obbs is going.
He doesn't have ears or
Obbs is
eyes
going to.
or a mouth.
Wait, how's he talking then?
Well, I guess he does have a mouth. He must not have a tongue.
He doesn't have
Wait,
a mouth at all.
I have an idea.
He doesn't have a mouth. I don't.
From behind,
don't-
just gonna start feeling up his face while he's standing
Oh.
behind him, trying to see if he can find something.
It is completely smooth, and as you do that,
He's
he
like a
goes limp.
stone.
He goes limp in your arms and just drops to the floor.
Bye.
I need you to make a sanity check as well.
Dang it. Okay, well, I'm gonna fail because I already rolled the 90.
You will lose 5 more sanity points.
Okay.
Obbs is going to step forward, pick up a tankard, and just smash the mirror in the case.
Pablo?
The mirror shatters. That's it.
Yeah, back
Were
Were
away
the
from all
clothes
the
left
shards.
from the butler? Or the barkeep? Is his clothes there?
Yeah, he's still wearing his clothes.
Gonna pocket the clothes. I just want to know if they come with me when we
stripped the
leave
corpse?
here. Yes.
Sorry, hold on. You're just stripping a corpse in front of us.
Well, he's not gonna mind.
I mind somewhat. Actually, no, I don't. So,
All right. Any new ideas? Because walking around outside doesn't seem to help.
actually, yes, I do. I want to check the table where the old man was sitting and see if the writing is still under it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so not to like freak you out or anything like that. I've been sitting on some information, but don't want to worry you guys or anything like that. But in theory, the old man was me that ran upstairs and I wrote in the diary, which is why he was relatable. But I figured I shouldn't tell you right off the bat because, I mean, obviously he had no friends with him, so that probably means you guys kind of... Which I didn't want to, kind of concern you or anything like that until now. But since you keep talking about the old man, I just don't know how I feel about you guys insulting him so much.
I
I've
Obbs
insulted him
puts,
yet. I
Obbs
should
puts his
now that I
head
know.
on the counter. Jasper, in a past life, before I met the patron, I was an assassin. And I cannot stress to you how lucky you are that I died. Why did you not share this? immediately.
It's like I said, you guys were dead in the journal. You know, I didn't
Seems
want to
like they were
freak you
dead.
out.
Just that you were alone. At this point, I'm thinking
Yes.
we'll leave you behind.
No, I'm pretty
It's a
sure
good
you
thing we're
died.
not freaked out.
All right. Well, now we all know. We're all caught up. Everything looks good. Are we looking at a table again?
Do you go to look
Yes.
at the table?
Yes, I do.
The table from before, the chairs are all around it like normal. You look at the underside, there's no sign of the writing.
Now, if I go to the door, kick that open, I assume that across the street I'm going to see a clothing store.
If you open the door and look out, you actually only see fog.
Interesting.
You can make out actually make a perception check for me.
I would be delighted to.
I'm glad to offer delights to your evening.
That's a 15.
Okay.
Are they Turkish?
You can see you can see vague dark shapes past the fog, as if there is a building there, but it's just the fog is just thick enough that you can't tell details. So you're not entirely sure from this distance if it is the same clothing store. You can tell that there is a store, but you can't tell precisely what it is.
Now, how far across the road was it previously?
It was it's a very wide main street. I would say it's probably from like door to door is probably about 30 feet.
That's great. All right. Adeus, Jasper, I'm going to try something. Could one of you hold this rope?
Sure.
So,
All right. I'm going to take 50 feet of rope out of my pack, and I'm going to walk across to the a store on the other side.
Alrighty. You exit the Deepwater's Inn, and as soon as you cross the threshold into the fog, you find yourself in a large open room filled with round tables, 4 chairs at each table. There's a bar to your left and a glass cabinet with an unshattered mirror. There's no sign of the barkeep or of your friends.
All right. I will return following my rope.
All right. You cross back through the threshold and you find yourself in a large room with round tables, and there's no one inside.
does our rope just go slack?
Yeah, what's going on with the
It's
rope?
been it's still taut, but it's just going through. And as soon as from your position, he crossed the threshold and went into the fog, and you just couldn't see him through the fog anymore.
So, but when I like go back along my rope, what do I find at the other end?
You don't find the other end. It just keeps going. And I need you to make another sanity check when you have this realization.
When Jasper tries talking through his token, does it still reach Obs?
What's the range?
10 miles.
10 miles.
Nope.
I fail.
Alrighty. You're gonna lose another 3 points of sanity.
Neat. So walking back isn't doing me any good. but I can just keep walking. Like the rope is just stretched taut out into the fog forever.
Yep.
I'm going to try closing my eyes and walking like that for a while.
All right. Where are you walking?
And along the rope. I'm like pulling myself along the rope.
So back. You're going back out the door again.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make a
All right.
return trip here.
You find yourself in a large
got it.
open common room. No one in there.
If I go up to the room I came from previously, like the room I started in, which was room 1, I guess? It's wherever the bells were.
Yeah.
I guess
You go
first,
up.
let me... Yeah, I go up.
You go up. You enter room 1. You can still hear that ringing that comes from nowhere. And if I look in the mirror in there, which I assume is not pressed against the wall or anything clever like we were doing to it. Correct. Everything has been replaced.
Reset.
You look in the mirror.
Yep.
Make a perception check. The other two, what are y'all doing?
After about, I don't know how long we're waiting. But after a certain period of time, we're going to try and pull them in.
All right. You pull. It's like you're pulling against something even sturdier than a brick wall. You feel like you're going to break the rope.
What if we just try following the rope? It should trail us back to him.
Fine.
All right. Well, stay close. And they're going to follow the rope direction, I guess.
All right. You cross the threshold. You find yourself in another common area, but this one does not have the barkeep in it. And the mirrored glass case cabinet is whole and unbroken.
The ropes still have like a lead to it, like they're still following.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they keep trucking along, I guess.
Alrighty. What was your perception check?
17.
Nice. You see very clearly there is a dark figure behind you, and it is far closer than it was before. It looks like it could... It's probably about half the size of you at this point in the mirror behind you.
Okay.
And there's just like a little bit of frost along the edges of the mirror.
Okay. Based on I've seen it both times, can I get an estimate of how long I have before this thing arrives?
Make an intelligence check.
That's a 23.
You gather that you have a matter of minutes.
Cool. And can I make out anything about the shape now that it's closer? Like,
it is
identifying features?
It is a dark figure. It looks very tall, and it is covered in a hooded dark cloak.
Okay.
And it's just like taking one slow step at a time. Very slow, but very consistent. The other two of you, are you continuing to just follow the rope?
Not much else to do.
Alrighty.
Can I
You
have
cross the
the-
threshold a third time, and you find yourselves in, once again, another identical common room. But now the rope leads upstairs.
We follow upstairs.
You find Oz.
Hello.
I was so sure I was going to die here alone. This is a pleasant surprise.
Oh, good. We can die together.
We have, yes,
Mhm.
we have minutes before that happens.
Minutes.
Um,
What makes you say that?
Well, I've seen the Grim Reaper twice now, and he's about a couple minutes out by my reckoning.
Huh, I wonder if he gets closer every time we leave.
Well,
How about kind of
unfortunately, the only way I can think of to test that hypothesis is a bad idea.
But we've had enough of bad ideas for a little while.
Well, I'm
Agreed.
thinking, like, if there was an older version of me, then there's also some kind of time thing going on. So maybe every time you leave and then come back in, there's been a time lapse of some sort.
What senses are you aware of? We know of, and we are very clear that there is touch, taste, sight, sound. What am I missing? Touch, taste,
touch.
hearing. But do we also have a sense of time? A sense of space?
There's spatial awareness. Some people have very good spatial awareness, some people have bad. Same thing with time, actually. Some people can track time really easily.
Yeah.
Let's not forget common sense, but I know quite a few people lack in that.
It's a bit more vague.
Yes. Can I try... I have a bell in my pack. Can I try and ring it and match the ringing I'm hearing?
You ring your bell, and it sounds very similar. You can try to like ring it at like the same pace if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right, you do so.
Any noticeable effect?
Nope.
Wait, did any of us try the bacon?
I had bacon.
Did it taste like bacon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we actually look inside the barrels above the thing?
They were empty.
They were empty.
Okay.
There was nothing at all in the kitchen aside from a single pan with bacon grease. There was no other food. There was nothing to drink. There were no other
Alright.
pots or pans or anything. It was just that.
I wonder how you survived here.
7 Zeigel. Spiegel. 8 rooms.
I'm sorry,
7
what's a
meals.
Spiegelfeigen?
Spiegel. Mirror.
Schweiget. Meaning what?
8 rooms, 7 meals, 5 senses.
Maybe the only room without a mirror has a clue.
That would be the kitchen.
How much have we looked
We've-
around the kitchen?
A bit, but we can look more.
I do just want to quickly check out room 5 and see what it's like when the mirror in there isn't broken, because we didn't get a sense. That room didn't have a sense in it, right?
Just the mirror.
Yeah.
You look in room 5. The door is no longer locked to room 5.
Go figure.
You look inside and you see the ritual circle is still on the ground. The mirror is in the middle of it, unshattered, and one of the circles has a pair of gloves sitting in it.
Oh. crane my head out. I think we should maybe take a look at this before we go licking bacon grease.
I never said that.
I'll go in there and take a look with him.
Okay, so I'm seeing gloves.
Do the gloves have the sort of do the gloves have the sort of fleshy texture that floor did in 4?
Not quite a fleshy texture, but they are very soft.
I'm gonna put on the gloves.
All right. You are wearing a pair of white cloth gloves. Very soft.
If we can...
What if I put on the rest of the bartender's clothes? Really fit the role.
Gloves.
Or we could
for
put things in
touching.
the circles that match the senses.
Yeah. Gloves for touching. Eyeglasses? Does it even have eyeglasses? Or do
I have a
not?
bell. I think the mirror is for sight.
We can use the mirror for sight. And bell
I have
for
a bell
sound.
for sound.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything fragrant, like incense or...
Can make something fragrant with prestidigitation.
I have no idea if that would work.
I don't either, but we can find out.
I invade to find out.
So sight, sound, touch. We need to
Taste.
smell, and we need a taste. So
Well,
we
you
do need-
mentioned bacon grease.
I mean, I just have rations in my bag. I don't. But yes,
Yeah.
we could go get bacon grease.
Well, I'm thinking maybe. Well, I guess your bell isn't from here. Because what if we just need to like find objects around here?
That could
Probably
be.
more like it, but we can
case.
try what we have
seems-
first.
Well,
If what we have on us does not work, then we can go look around.
All right. Well, what kind of fragrance do we want?
you are welcome to decide on the fragrance.
Let's
Cologne
go
of
with,
choice.
Let's go with daffodils.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, I wonder if the fragrance needs to be something specific. That was cut off in our poem.
Fragrance of, and then in one of the rooms we smelled something
The fragrance
sweet.
of the sea.
No,
sea.
there was
It
the
is
taste
sea.
of the sea. It was the
Taste
something.
of the sea, smell of sickly sweets.
So we need something salty, maybe.
No, that was.
No, I'm talking about for the
taste.
taste. We might need something
Yeah.
salty.
Yeah.
Which bacon's salty?
This is true.
All right, but sickly
So
sweet. Maybe we should smell that room again.
Okay. I'm not opposed. I
Which
guess we
room
can go
was it?
smell it. I'm trying to honestly. I'm looking at the poem, trying to figure out if there's a rhyming scheme.
That was room
That would
2.
be- It was room.
Room 3 was the salty taste. Room 2 was the sickly sweet. Room 1 was the ringing bell.
All right. Well, who has a good nose?
So far, decent.
All right.
Oh, mine is.
So
mine
go
is
use your
decent.
little sniffer and see what it smells like. He'll give you guidance.
Just don't have words for this. Yeah, he goes in there and he takes a whiff and he tries to identify the smell specifically.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I'll help you. I'll give you a help action for advantage.
Good. Okay. That's a 20.
Hey.
Okay. It smells like It's similar to like a floral scent, but like one that's been kind of artificially sweetened too much, and that kind of gives it its sort of sickly sweet scent. So it's more like a cheap rose perfume.
Okay. Something like a cheap perfume, not really, kind of rosy, but not really good, like too sweet.
Okay. Here, you want to tell me how close I can get to it? And he's gonna grab. I don't know. I guess he also has a bell for some reason, so he's gonna grab a bell and he's gonna do prestidigitation to try and mimic the smell from what he's describing it. Did I nail it?
Roll d20 and add your charisma.
All right.
I feel like we're missing something.
It's just the charisma.
Yes.
All right, and then I would get the jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that would be 15. That's 18.
Did you
Okay.
guide yourself?
Huh?
Did you guide yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
It smells very similar, which is like surprisingly good considering that you were trying to match it to what somebody else smelled. It's very good.
Pretty good.
All right, so
Big
we
slap.
put this spell in the circle, and then Ob's spell in the circle, and then we think gloves work, and then we just need that bacon grease for the salt.
All right, I'll get the grease. I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can find the bacon or the bacon grease or anything of that sort in the common room or kitchen.
Alrighty.
Very purposefully not looking at any mirrors.
As you walk down the hallway, and as you go to take a step down the stairs, you find yourself at the entrance of a large open room with round tables.
And if I turn around and go back, I'm just there again, right?
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
Do we hear him to respond? I don't think
Nope.
so.
I'd like the record to reflect that I said we had rations. I said we had rations. I said we had rations.
Yeah.
Well, you want to put the
Yeah.
rations in the circle while we
Yeah,
wait for the
cover-
bacon
hey,
grease?
We didn't need the bacon grease for anything.
I'm
We
just
kept
well,
rations.
he's already off, so I mean,
Did we see him? No, we were in the room. I will call out once or twice from Mateus, and then I will go around and check all the other rooms to see if he's up here somewhere. And then when I don't find him, unfortunately, I would have to play character, and I would also go down the stairs because I have no reason to suspect the stairs.
And before you can place one foot on the stairs, you find yourself in the
now if
common room.
Jasper's standing there
Yeah.
watching, what does it look like if as soon as he puts his foot on the stairs, what does the top part look like?
It looked like you blinked and he just wasn't there anymore.
Does he appear next to me? Nope.
No.
Okay, we're just all in our own place.
Well, because you took another step up, didn't you? You went back.
I did go back, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I go back, once I get teleported, if I have the same reaction, I assume.
Do you turn around and go back through the door?
Yep.
All right. You do so, and you find Matthias. Standing there, looking around, calling out for his companions.
Easy there. Just me.
Is it?
I hope so. Still got a skeletal owl here. I don't know who else would have that.
It's someone who was trying to impersonate. Not worth it.
I guess that's right. But on the other hand, this place seems to be killing us pretty well by itself. It seems like our area of allowed wandering is getting smaller.
Yeah. Stick together. No more
Agreed.
splitting up.
Well, I didn't.
Meanwhile, meanwhile, Jasper, I mean, what are you doing?
So he's going to first. Obs. He's gonna do like a clap. He's gonna look. Yes. I guess he'll walk in that direction and then stare down the staircase. Is there anything like, is it just like a regular staircase at that point?
That's normal.
All right, then he'll step down.
All right, and you find yourself in the common room.
All right, then he's gonna use thaumaturgy to yell out for either of them when he walks in there.
No response.
He'll then he'll like walk backwards. He's gonna moonwalk and see if that does anything.
You moonwalk backwards through the door, and you find yourself in yet another common room. But this one has two of your companions who are discussing the fact that they shouldn't split up anymore.
Maybe we should tie a rope to us.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that
did
worked
not work
great
out
last
so well
time.
last time. Yeah.
Well, we were
Just
able to
stay-
follow it back.
Stay within eyesight of one another, and if
But we don't know when we're gonna flip.
if someone disappears, the other two follow. Do not move until everyone is together again.
Okay.
I was
so while
saying-
we're here in the common area, should we grab that grease?
Sure.
Are we even allowed in the kitchen? I don't know.
Let's find out.
Can either of you remember that ritual well enough to replicate it?
I mean, yeah, we just
Don't
put
know
some
if you'll be
things
able
on the
to do
ground.
that.
We would need chalk.
There's a bit more than that.
Shit.
Oh, you're
What would
talking
you-
about.
Point of order,
Yeah.
what did you leave behind and
Yeah.
what did you take with you? Are you
Yeah,
still
that's-
wearing the gloves, for example?
I lost my bell.
Oh, and I lost my bell.
Didn't you have
Oh.
the bell in your hand?
No, I mean, he mimicked the smell, and then once he got the smell down, he put it in the circle.
I left it in the circle.
All right, so remove those from your inventories.
Mm. Matthias, you wouldn't have a bell, would you?
Nine.
You have 9 bells?
No,
Wow.
no, I do not have a bell.
Well, let's see about that bacon grease. Why do we just needed it for a taste thing though, right? Why can't we just use rations?
Salty smell.
Oh, you know what? That's true. And then if that frees up the smell, no, it was a salty taste. It was a salty taste.
Salty
The smell's-
taste.
Oh yeah, salty taste.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Y'all are doing really, really well.
True or not, I choose to believe it.
All right.
I can
we-
make the sound of a bell. Maybe we just need the sound to resonate.
So can I, if that's what we need to do.
We will
I
need
have.
a smell, ein Sound, touch, taste, und sight. Probably the mirror.
So
I have leather
somebody-
armor. Does that include gloves?
Well, we didn't actually bring gloves in the room with us. It was already there.
Do we think we can go upstairs and get the gloves?
Well,
Perhaps
that's
if
why I'm
we
saying, why don't we get
rotate
the
through these
sample of the
places-
grease first, and then work our way up.
Yeah, and perhaps if we
Okay.
rotate through these places, we will find the
Oh.
And
we
let's only put stuff in the circle once we have everything.
Agreed.
Every time
Okay,
we
so
leave, and no, we don't put it. Yes, once we have everything, but every time we leave, we may be rotating through 5
Senses.
places, one for each sense. And if we travel through them all, we may find all of the ingredients to the ritual.
Okay, so are we going to the kitchen first or not?
I'm
All
going
together.
to. There's a door to this common room, like a front door, or is it just a open?
The front entrance. It's just the front entrance to the inn.
You know, I'll just keep it simple. I'm gonna take a knife. I'm just gonna carve a big 1 onto the bar.
Okay.
If the rotate theory works, we'll mark them as we go. All right,
Okay.
then,
Let's see if we can find grease.
indeed.
So together they go to the kitchen.
And there's crystal in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm. Glasses.
If we grab some of that, that can make a ringing noise if you like hit that with a spoon or something.
Good call.
So I'll grab some of that crystal.
Alrighty. You grab a champagne flute and the pot of bacon grease.
Okay, that's 2.
Upstairs?
Was there anything in the dirt around the mirror?
Nope. Not even tracks. Which
Alright,
y'all were
let's-
leaving.
Let us see what is in that room.
Yeah, let's go up the stairs holding link arms like Dorothy and the rest of them.
Alrighty. You all head upstairs back to room 5.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You find room 5 very much the way that you found it last time, except instead of gloves in one of the circles, in a different circle, you see a bell.
Pick it up
Our bell is
Pick
back.
it up.
immediately. Oh, all right, and like now we have to like quickly go through the cycle
Well-
and go up
Yeah.
to the room every time.
Well, wait a minute.
Actually,
Are we just missing gloves?
Don't
Well,
you have the
also-
gloves?
No, we had the gloves in the circle
You brought
before.
them with you.
No, why would I didn't pick them up. But
You
I
put them on
did.
at one point.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Oh, I guess he
Yeah.
would still be wearing it. He's over there saying he doesn't have them while moving his hands with them on.
ADHD presentation.
peak bard.
So
Um,
I don't know where we're gonna get the gloves. Maybe they're on the bartender.
You're wearing the gloves.
Baron has the gloves.
You have them on your hands right now.
Yes, I do. Actually.
As y'all are having this revelation about gloves, Matthias, with your passive perception, you notice that the mirror that is in this room, out of the corner of your eye, you're not looking at it, but you can still see it in the corner of your eye, and it is completely frosted over, and there is a figure as large as you are in the mirror.
You need to move quickly. Put everything in
Go.
the circle. Do we have enough stuff?
Yes, this time her
What is-
just do the smelly scent on one of his things. A parchment. He has
As-
parchment.
As
Okay.
you are discussing this, you realize you can see your breath. And
Alright.
Yes.
out of the mirror behind you, a figure steps out into the room.
Did we get everything
What
out?
are y'all doing?
Yeah, lay everything out.
You guys lay
Yes.
everything out. Matthias turns around and faces the figure, rapier drawn.
Alrighty. It is shambling forward towards y'all. I need y'all to roll initiative.
Woo!
All right. So
cool.
initiative
Now I
also
rolled a
gets the
19.
+1.
Awesome.
It should already be included in your initiative on DnDBeyond. They
Well,
take
it
that into
shows a
consideration.
2 on D&D Beyond, but my dexterity already gives me a 2.
Yeah, you should get Jack of all trades to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't
that's weird. It
show.
usually
I think
does
if I
add it,
roll
so
it, it probably would add it. Like if I rolled it in the
maybe so.
system.
But yes, it should be your dex +1 for Jack of all trades.
Okay. Well, if
so.
it's dex +1, he's got a 15.
24.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
24.
sorry, I couldn't use guidance on that. I don't know what I'm doing. That's a 21.
21.
I got two into that habit.
No worries. Jasper, what did you say yours was?
15.
15. Matthias, what did you say yours was?
24.
24. All right. And for the creature. Yep, makes sense. All right. Matthias, you are first.
Okay.
What you doing?
Matthias is going to rush forward. And he's going to attack him twice.
Ooh.
All right. Go for it.
Where'd I put my die? There it is.
You can see your breath as you rush forward. This large, imposing creature of some kind, still completely shrouded and hooded, unable to see what might be underneath its garb.
Okay. So that's going to be... That's going to be a 22.
That hits.
Or
And
8. Or 6 points.
alrighty.
And then that will vex him. Let me look up what weapon mastery does again. If you hit a creature and deal damage, I have advantage on my next roll against it before the end of my next turn. So I have advantage on this roll.
Yes, you do. As you hit it, as you do impact, what is your weapon? What are you using for this?
Rapier.
Your rapier. So you stab forward, you jab with your rapier, and it goes through. It almost feels like you're not hitting anything. Like you stab forward and there's very little resistance at all. But you do feel as your whole arm goes cold as you pull your rapier back out. And you will take 4 points of psychic damage.
Just psychic damage, not sanity.
Correct.
Okay. Worth it. All right, and then my second attack was significantly less for a 13 to hit.
That still hits.
All right, and that
It is
also
a very
does,
slow-moving creature.
that does 4 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Focus on the ritual. I'll hold him off.
Well, didn't we already get everything on the ritual? How much should we put on there?
What did you put on there?
Well, I was putting
Uh,
everything because
Bell, bacon grease.
yeah, because you just did the thing on the parchment paper to put it on there.
Okay, so the bell was already there, and the mirror is in the middle. What did you put for the other three?
Bel-
List them out for me.
Bacon grease, parchment with the fragrance.
Bell for the sounds.
Oh yeah. Well, the bell was already there, and then there was
Mhm.
we had the thing for gloves. Do we already say gloves?
Gloves.
Gloves for
Oh,
rest
he
of
might.
sight.
Gloves, bell, scent, bacon grease for
Alright.
the taste. Then we just need to put a mirror in the middle.
The mirror
Oh, I
is
thought the
already in
mirror
the
is
middle.
already in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah, so
then
there
we're-
was
then that's it.
the bell, the mirror. We had the gloves, the parchment that smells, and then the bacon grease. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you put all of those in a circle, and then initiative went into effect. Obbs, it is your turn.
Does it look like anything's... Can I tell if it looks like anything's happening with the ritual circle as it's laid out?
There's been no change as of yet.
Do we think we need to break the mirror? It feels like a bad idea. I'll just ask out of the group. Do we think we need to break the mirror?
Well, it doesn't mention breaking anything, but it does say something about perception being key.
I'm going to lean over and look into the mirror in the center of the circle.
All right. Now that the creature is no longer in it, it is just completely frosted over. You can't see any reflection anymore.
I'm going to spend, I guess, my turn just scrubbing the ice off the mirror so there's visibility.
All right. What are you using for that? Just your hand, or do you have something specific in mind?
Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties, so we'll say I just take out a knife. And
Okay. Jasper.
Yep.
All right, and you said that there was a cloak over it, right? The big creature.
Over the creature, yes.
So there's a cloak over it, and we can't see its face.
Correct. It is hooded and cloaked.
Can I make a perception check to try and see what its face is, like through the cloak?
You would have to lift its hood, or else be like right up next to it and like look up its hood.
I'm trying to think.
Which you can certainly try if you would like to.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to actually answer this. Is there any sense of the creature being... Oh, well, I guess it's... Never mind. That probably wouldn't work. He is going to try to decloak it.
Okay. I'll say make a athletics check to try to grab hold of it and just pull it off of him.
What about acrobatics if he just tried to, like, twirl?
No.
Okay. Okay, this isn't. So it's a 15.
Okay.
Did you use guidance?
I can't. I'm going
You
initiative.
can't on your.
It's an action to cast it.
I thought it was a
Right.
bonus action. Oh,
No.
It's an action.
Alrighty. You grab the cloak. As soon as you make contact with it, everything from your fingertips all the way up your arms goes immediately ice cold.
It's a
You
Oh.
you pull it at the cloak, taking 4 points of psychic damage
Okay.
as you do so. And you see a 6 foot tall figure that is a terrifying mixture combination of both shadow, rotting flesh, and tentacles. Everywhere you look on its body is just a combination of those three things. And I need all of you to make a sanity check at disadvantage.
cool. Thanks for that, Jasper.
At disadvantage?
Well, I'm not going to make this
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I failed.
35.
I also fail.
67.
Everyone failed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all lose 10 points of sanity.
Okay.
And-
Still standing.
And all of you well actually so for both Jasper and for Matthias, your dominant hand, whatever side is your dominant for your character, so Matthias, whatever you have your rapier in that you lunged forward at him, and then Jasper, when you reached forward to take its cloak, you feel as if the very bones of your arm turned to ice and shattered. And you have gained that psychosomatic injury. You do not believe that you can use that arm anymore.
I still have my other arm as I misty step away.
Obs, you have the stunned condition for the next round. But then you'll be fine.
So good. Well, I guess I'll sit in the timeout corner.
That brings us to the Stalker. In initiative. It will move forward, and with one of its arms, it lifts up this long, unnaturally long arm with very long fingers that begin to reach out for you, and you realize that the tips of these fingers, the hand itself looks almost skeletal and like there's flesh that's rotting off of it, but the fingers themselves look more like tentacles as they reach out for you. That is a 30 to hit.
Assuming you're attacking me, and that hits.
Yes, sorry. I need you to roll a d4 for me.
That's a 3.
Alrighty. You feel yourselves as these tentacles wrap around you. You feel a tug on your stomach, like the floor just dropped out from under you, as you feel yourself being pulled through space. You are teleported across the room, and you take you lose 12 more sanity points.
Cool.
And it is your turn now.
This thing's still vaguely in front of the mirror.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me just do a quick look at something here.
I would say, actually, now that you have torn the cloak away also, I would say that you can see the 2 stab wounds from your rapier, and they do, in fact, look significant.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's only if I could trust that it's actually bleeding.
Mm.
Mensch der Teufel, ich fürchte dich nicht. And I will try to tackle the thing through the mirror.
Ooh.
What?
All right. You move over a bit so that it is between you and the mirror. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Ugh. 9. It was sitting on the 14.
You slam into it. You're going to take another point of psychic damage, not sanity, but psychic damage. As you try to tackle it and your whole body now goes cold. But you slam into it and it's like slamming into a wall. It doesn't flinch. You do have a second attack though, if you'd like to take it.
I'm assuming I dropped my rapier and then was teleported away. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try and shove him.
Okay.
Right through.
I would say yes, you did drop your rapier and then was teleported away, but you've now run back up to it, so your rapier is next to you on the ground if you did want to grab it before doing this.
Okay. No, I think I'm I guess I'll grab it with my offhand and then try to just push him back through the mirror.
All right. Go ahead and make another athletics check.
Come on, roll better than that. Nope, that's a natural 1. These dice are cursed tonight, gents.
You take another 3 points of psychic damage as you were just having trouble getting your body to compete with this entity of cold and otherworldly death. Anything for your bonus action?
No.
What about second wind? You can heal.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. I could second wind that. It's been a while since I played a fighter, alright?
You're doing great.
You're good.
It's been a hot second. Let me find that on here so that I can mark
Yeah, I didn't
it.
know how much damage you'd taken, but it sounded like you took a couple.
I took a few. So it's a
Alrighty,
D10.
that'll bring us to Obs, who is stunned. As soon as your turn is over, you are no longer stunned, though. So if you have a reaction at this point going forward, you are able to take it. Jasper, it is your turn.
So, are we feeling like we should be attacking this thing or doing something with the
If we're
circle?
doing meaningful damage, I think we should try and put this thing down.
Okay. He's gonna cast Starry Wisp then at it. The only other attack spell he has is Shatter, and that might be bad. And this is probably gonna miss because that's a 10.
And just hits.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It is a very slow creature, and it is not wearing armor.
Okay. Well, that is going to be 12 radiant damage, and it now sheds light. And can't
Alrighty,
benefit from the invisible condition.
You create these starry wisps in your hand and launch it towards the stalker, and they impact, and the stalker falls forward and then dissipates. Disappears.
But that wasn't so bad, actually, guys.
You are now out of initiative.
Oh,
Is the mirror still frosted over?
It is, yes.
Obs stretches and continues to clear the ice off the mirror.
I'm
Okay.
going to make a sling out of my officer's sash for my arm that's not working.
All right.
Okay, so we have everything in the circle. What do we think is missing?
Well, maybe we need to grab these things and run through a few more rooms, like Mateus suggested, because we don't have. So we've got the taste from here, we've got the vision from here, we've got the touch from here, but we don't actually have the fragrance from here. That's the only one that isn't from here right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying gloves,
Take everything with us.
bell,
Take everything with us and run
minus
through.
the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror will be provided.
All right, so we got the bacon, we got the gloves, we have the bell, and we're just looking for the fragrance room.
That's the thing. As far as I'm aware, that's the only thing we're missing. Or we could just. Why don't we just set up the ritual in the room with the smell?
Yeah, we'll bring
No,
everything
well,
with
I
us
mean, if the
until-
mirror is in the ritual room, I feel like we need to do the ritual there.
Well,
Okay.
we can bring the mirror over.
What if we need to do it in the
Are you-
basement?
I think we need to find all of the pieces that the previous.
Well,
gentleman
remember there was
used to
there was a big mirror in the basement, the cellar,
of us.
and it was in
There
the middle.
was.
So what if we take all of these things down to the basement?
The
It's on
basement
dirt,
full
though.
Vita.
It's on dirt. Could we even do the ritual circle there?
We might as well go through all of the known pocket spaces.
Yeah, let's
Gather
try
all
the
of the
less.
things that were used and we know worked for the gentleman before us, and then try them.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's do a couple more, run through a couple more of these and see if we can find something that's producing a smell.
So gather all of the stuff, and then together go downstairs.
Alrighty. You go downstairs. Everything looks normal downstairs.
Oh, we don't get teleported as soon as we get on the stairs?
You go down into the
Interesting.
common room.
House? Outside?
Either outside or cellar.
The cellar will be there for whatever happens. Hopefully. I
Alright.
guess go outside and see if we get teleported in when we go into the clothier like we did the first time.
All right. As soon as you step through as soon as you cross over the threshold to go outdoors, you find yourselves back in the common area.
Cool. Alright,
Does
so
it have
we
a
run
different
upstairs and
marking
see what's
on
in
it?
room 5.
Because remember, you marked the common room before.
Yes, mark the bar. You
So
marked
is
the
it-
bar
Marking
1
is
in the
not there.
last one.
You said it's not there?
Correct.
Alright, so
Yeah,
you...
so-
Alright, I'll mark this bar with a 2.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And then we're going to the fragrance room?
We're going to room 5 to see if there's an ritual item
Oh,
there.
I see.
Alrighty. You all head up the stairs, and you find the ritual room set up very similarly to how it has been before, except in one of the circles there is a small glass bottle of perfume.
Beautiful.
Alright,
Perfume.
so we set up there.
Let everything
So we
up.
set up.
See if anything happens.
Alright, so you are putting all the items that you've gathered into the different circles.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright. You all notice, whether you want to or not, there is a figure in the mirror once again, and it is large and it is getting closer.
Well, let's hurry about it.
Well, after we put everything in the circle, does anything happen?
You place all the items, nothing happens.
I think if he needs whatever he used for taste.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
So let's grab everything and then leave.
Chip, chop, chip.
All right. As the mirror is frosting over, you all gather the things back up and head out. As you go down the stairs, and as you step foot onto the floor at the bottom of the stairs, you find yourselves at the entrance to the common room.
Mark
Okay.
the
Is-
bar 3.
Yep. And then go upstairs, check out room 5.
Alrighty. What's everyone's sanity looking like, by the way?
A little beat up,
Um,
you know. It's
I'm
been
a 30.
better. The
D&D
21.
Beyond is down, so I am at 40, but struggling to verify that.
No worries. Alrighty. You all enter the new common room. You mark the bar. As you are marking the bar, you can see that figure in the glass cabinet mirror as well. You all head upstairs.
Yeah.
All right. You run up the stairs to room 5, and you find set up as before, but now there is a salt shaker.
Now we
so
set it up.
Perfect. Set it all up. I think we've got all the pieces. Oh, no.
Okay.
You set it up. You can see the mirror is almost entirely frosted over, and the figure is about to step out of the mirror. You place all of the things. What are you doing? Nothing
Yes, we
happens.
place all of the things. Nothing
What
happens.
else is on that poem?
Well,
Last
Fragrance of something.
Yeah. Last time that thing was dismissed when it got hit by a light,
It
right?
sounds the bell. Thy time is short. Ring the bell.
I ring the bell.
Okay.
Do we want our
Where's
time to
Jack?
be short?
Time short here. Either kill us or
Maybe-
get out. Behold what thou might see. Behold what.
Wait,
ring
is
the
it
bell, look in the
completely
mirror.
frosted over?
You look in the mirror.
Yeah,
You
is the
ring the
mirror
bell as
completely?
you are looking in the mirror, and you are seeing the figure taking up the entire mirror now. It is about to step through.
I cast dancing lights over the mirror.
Okay.
Path is fine for thee.
Uncork the perfume, maybe, so we can actually smell it if we're not already.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that's
As the bell is ringing and the perfume is uncorked, the runes around the circle light up.
Can I
But there
start?
is no
Can I
further
dab
effect.
some salt and then rub it with the gloves? I think to grab the other circle with the gloves. So we got one. We got two
Okay.
things going with
Are
that.
you still wearing the gloves?
No, because
Okay.
he laid them down on there, so now he's
You
just
put
kind
them
of
in the
moving it. Yeah,
Okay.
and then he'd
You
pour in
sprinkle
a little bit of
salt
salt.
into the circle, and that circle lights up. And you place the gloves in the last circle, and that circle lights up. All 4 circles are lit up, but the mirror circle is still dark.
Behold what thou might see. We've looked. Are we looking in the mirror now?
I thought you were looking in the mirror while you were ringing.
I'll take another look.
You're looking. The figure is moments away.
I touch the mirror.
It is cold to the touch.
Well, if we
Okay,
cover the
please.
mirror.
Break the mirror.
No, not break. Cover.
I break the mirror.
I need you to make an initiative check against the stalker to see if you break it before it comes through.
Not great. Oh, no, that's actually not bad. That's a 20.
Take some guidance.
It rolled a 16. You shatter the mirror. What are you shattering it with?
I just punch it.
You just amazing. Go ahead and roll damage. You definitely hit.
What do I roll for a punch?
Just roll a d4.
Okay.
And add your strength modifier, we'll say, for this.
No strength modifier. Good old-fashioned dex fighter. That's 1 point of damage.
Alrighty. You punch the mirror, and it cracks all around it. You do have a second attack. It is not shattered yet.
I just keep going. I hit it again.
All right.
What if you use the
roll more
hilt of
damage
your
for me.
rapier?
I'm not in thinking mode. I'm in, oh, holy crow, holy crow. A swordfish only went through my face. That one is a 4 damage.
All right.
Ooh, big
5 points of damage total. The mirror shatters, and everything goes dark
I don't like it here.
for all of you.
I haven't liked it here all night.
Everything for all of you. You do not hear anything, you don't feel anything, and you don't see anything. It is just
Even the
darkness.
dancing lights?
Correct. You have no concept of time or space or even of existing. And suddenly your eyes fly open and you find yourselves all waking up in your bed. Your arm's still a bit sore from the battle yesterday, maybe slightly hungover, but you are alive and you hear the sounds of the clattering of dishes downstairs as the scent of bacon comes wafting up the stairs of the Deep Waters Inn.
Well, shit.
Congratulations, guys.
Wait, oh, so we just back at the beginning.
Yeah, we're back at the beginning.
Or
Honestly, I wasn't too sure you were going to be able to make it through it all. I do need one last sanity check from everyone, though, to see if you get better at all or if you stay this way for the rest of your life.
What's this way? I feel good about it. Hey, I'm gonna succeed!
I definitely succeed. That's a 16.
I got 18.
I'm sorry, I missed
Alright.
that. What are we rolling?
One
Sanity.
last sanity check
I'm
To
rather
see-
low, so
to see
unlikely.
if you recover.
I do not. That's a 97.
My
Ooh.
gosh.
Oh dear.
He got you out of there.
Nine.
That's all he could do.
97. You
I mean,
do lose another 3 points of sanity. What is your total now?
Total is going to go down to 18.
Alrighty. You have, in addition to your psychosomatic injury and your paranoia, you also now will occasionally have both auditory and visual hallucinations.
Ooh.
And those will last for the rest of your life. Hobbs, how many sanity points do you have left?
40, and I made my last save.
Very nice. You you have a minor compulsion where anytime you see any reflective surface, you feel compelled to check your reflection to make sure it is there. But you cannot sleep in a room if there is a mirror in it for the rest of your life. But other than that, you recover pretty well. And last but not least, Jasper.
he has 30.
Alrighty. You have no memory of the events at all.
He's fine with that.
Wow. This is so upsetting. Oh no, not that.
It only
You
feeds into
do-
Matthias's paranoia.
You do still you still have your rambling compulsion, particularly when it comes to anything related to any of these experiences. And you do have a bit of a fear of mirrors as well. But you don't actually remember why for any of that. It's just blank if you try to recall anything about it.
Okay.
But you did all actually make it through, which I wasn't sure you were going to do, especially when you were in 3 different inns at one point. That was a lot.
That was bad.
It was very sudden. The rules changed on us.
I have a list. Like I keep a list of the different inns numbered, and then I have each of your names in them so that I can track where everyone is in case y'all split up. And then fun fact for you, I don't think any time I have ever run this for another group, and I meant for those of you watching, I mentioned to the others that this is at least my 5th time running this one shot. And no time previously have I ever had every single person in a different inn. And I have never had one person who is 2 inns past everyone else. Every time a party has split in the past, they'll go like 1 inn over and they'll be like, oh no, I'm gonna sit and wait. And then the others catch up. So that was very fun. And there's a number of other differences that I can tell you all later as well. But for now, we should probably say goodbye to the people watching. Please tune in next week. Once again, we will be resuming Razia Shadow. Vivere just entered
Feywilds.
the Fey realm, so that's wild. I cannot wait to see what mischief we can get up to there. There's plenty to be had. Yeah, so please tune in next week. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment, like, do all those fun YouTube things. Join the Discord if you haven't already as well.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put a link in. Bren, can you put a link to the Discord in there?
There's going to be a link to the Discord. You can also find a link to the Discord on...
oh, yeah.
other
It's in the
socials
description,
as well.
actually, of the video.
Okay, there you go. Then, yeah, you can find it in the description. You can find it on the other socials, etc. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Hope you had fun. Thank you to my fantastic players. Y'all were wonderful. It was very fun to run this for y'all. And yeah, everyone, please have a good night. That's it.
Bye.
Good luck.
Take care.